Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today we're doing some wood DIYs for Christmas. So the first thing is this little pallet tree. I love this. It was just over $3 or $3 at Hobby Lobby, and I love picking up some wood blanks because honestly, you can do anything you want with this. I kind of wanted to keep this basic, so I did just stain it in the color dark walnut. It is my favorite stain, so I use it for everything. I had this pick from Walmart last year, and I love getting things half off, especially things like this, or even more than 50% off. But that was from Walmart, and then the little Mary pick, that was from Dollar General. So I just went ahead and glued that pick to the bottom. I don't know what it is about these picks, but I am absolutely in love with them. I just think they're just so pretty, and it makes any little piece of Christmas decor just spot on. This Mary, I did cut off that bottom piece. I just used some tin snips, and it takes a little bit of muscle, but it eventually worked. And I'm just using some hot glue and just putting it towards the bottom, and that is it for this. I think this is so pretty. For this next one, I'm just using this wooden tree that is from Dollar Tree, along with this little candle holder that is also from Dollar Tree. I'm also using some half wood beads. Honestly, I'm not sure on the size. I have had these for so long. I just figured I might as well use them sooner than later. They're just sitting around in my craft room, and they always make just a really fun embellishment to any sort of a wood piece. Once that is done, I decided to go ahead and paint this. This is the color Crimson by Waverly Chalk Paint. Once that is all painted red, I decided to go ahead and grab a chip brush and just dry brush this a little bit just to give it a little bit more. I just feel like sometimes when you paint things just all red, it just doesn't flow as good when you're going to be adding something else to this. I went ahead and grabbed my Cricut. I love my Cricut. I have a Maker 3, and it just does absolutely anything and everything. But I especially like using it around Christmas time. I use my Cricut so much more during the holiday seasons. I just loved that Baking Spirits Bright, and it is free. Right now I don't have Cricut access. You don't get access to everything and anything, but some items are still free, and I don't use it a ton. So I just choose not to spend that extra 10 bucks a month. I just added some wood pieces to the back of this, so I was able to glue the tree right to the candlestick or a candle holder. I want to keep calling it a candlestick, and I know that's not what it is. And then I just added a little embellishment to the bottom. These wood pieces are from Hobby Lobby, and I want to say I grabbed these last year as well. I'm just kind of going through anything and everything I have in my craft room, but I grabbed 9 of them, and I am just not 9, I grabbed 8, and I am just gluing 3 together 2 times and then 2 together once because I have this obsession over using Chalk Couture, and I'm going to share a few things with you here and there with Chalk Couture because I did mess up, and I know some people who have started trying them or want to try them, they're afraid to mess up, and trust me, I mess up all the time. But I wanted to make my own stain. It was one of those days I did not want to go outside, and I also did not want to wait for stain to dry. It has been really cold here lately, and the thought of freezing my fingers off just wasn't in the cards for me this day. So I'm just using the truffle. I ended up using a little bit of extra water because they just kind of started to turn out a little more dark than what I wanted. So if they are dark and you want them to be lighter, just add less paint and more water. Once those are dry, these are new Chalk Couture transfers. I call them transfers. They're actually called chalk silk transfers, or they're silkscreen transfers, silkscreen stencils, whatever you like to call them, but they are called transfers on the website, and that's just why I call them that. But I love the Nutcracker, the snowman, and the tree, so those are the 3 that I went with. I just peeled off the backs and then added them to the front of the wood pieces. And then, of course, I had to redo these a couple times just because I didn't like the way that they were on the wood. Now, make sure that you sand your wood down because one of these turned out terrible. I had to redo the entire thing just because the wood was not sanded smoothly. So make sure that you do these on smooth surfaces because if you don't, they will mess up just like mine did. First two look great, but you're going to see once I peel this back that this nutcracker, everything was just kind of bleeding and soaking through, and that is because the wood was not smooth, so I had to go ahead and redo that. I did have some baker's twine, so I just went ahead and wrapped it around the two larger ones, so the ones I glued 3 to, so the tree and the snowman, and just wrapped it a couple times and tied it, and I think that these are very cute. I don't know what I'm going for this year for Christmas, but it seems to me that some of this is a rustic farmhouse type. All right, we're going to go ahead and to the next one. I grabbed this large wood round from a yard sale, and it was $2 or $3. It was such a good deal. I also have a larger one as well. I think I paid $5 for, but it is such a steal. This is so much cheaper than going to Lowe's or Home Depot, but I really lucked out at this yard sale. It was a crafter that just wanted to get rid of their stash, which, I mean, I will take it off your hands. I'm using that crimson color paint, and this, like I said, is by Waverly Chalk Paint. And let me know in the comments below. I know Walmart was getting rid of Waverly, but some people said they were bringing it back instead of the Hello Hobby paint. I have not seen that at my Walmart. I guess they are just going to keep the Waverly, but let me know if they did end up bringing that back. I wanted to go ahead and add another silkscreen transfer to this. Like I said, I love chalk couture, and I just think it makes everything look high-end. And if I'm going to use some really nice wood pieces, I want them to look nice and look like I bought them from a store. I'm using the bright white chalk paste, and this is by Chalk Couture as well. I have heard you can use chalk paint, but it dries very quickly on your transfers, and the transfers can be pretty pricey, so I am not going to ruin my transfer, but I have heard you can. You just might want to wash your transfer super quickly, which you want to do regardless. So as soon as you watch me rip that off or peel it off the wood piece, I am washing it in the sink with really warm water. All right, I wanted to turn this into a Lazy Susan, so I did grab this off of Amazon. I think it was $6. Mine did not come with screws, so thankfully that I had some laying around, but I love this. I am super excited, and this was under $10. Last thing to tie this off, I use this matte clear coat. This is by Rust-Oleum. I think it's like $5, but it lasts a long time. I don't normally show that part, but I just wanted to share that, yes, I do seal my projects from time to time. Now for this one, I am using some Dollar Tree wreath forms. I am also using this cabinet wood piece. This is from Hobby Lobby, and I found it on clearance for $4.24. Such a steal. All right, now I wanted to go ahead and use my Cricut once again, and like I said, this is a free decal. I didn't make this. This was just what I found, and I thought that it would be perfect because it was going to be kind of one of those longer transfers or those longer decals. It says snowflakes, hot cocoa, mistletoe, fir trees, presents, baking, family, Christmas, and I think this was absolutely perfect for this cabinet door. And I know it's probably not a cabinet door, but that's what it reminds me of, so that is what I'm going to go ahead and call it. Now, once that is on, I wanted to go ahead and make my wreath. And you know, you can make wreaths as fun or little or less. I always like to wrap burlap around all the wreath forms, and I just think that it works so much better because you don't have to cover absolutely everything and anything, and you're not going to see that wire, and it's just going to look so nice and so pretty. And of course, I'm using some last year's finds. These are just some picks that I grabbed from Walmart, and I just cut the bottoms off. And then I decided to just go ahead and add a pine cone to the middle, and I just think this is so... You guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, I would love you to stick around and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!